This is something you need to understand right now. If you want to be the best in whatever you do, you cannot live like everybody else. You cannot think like everybody else. And you definitely cannot move at the same pace as everybody else, because average habits create average lives, and greatness demands separation. This is something you all need to understand. If you want to be the best in whatever you do, you have to start acting differently than everybody else. Not slightly different, not when it's convenient. Different in your thinking, your habits, your discipline, and your standards. You don't have to compare yourself to anyone. Comparison is a distraction. You were not put on this earth to copy someone else's life. You were given the ability to create your life on your terms. But somewhere along the way, many of you were put in positions that made you doubt yourself. You started believing the lies. That you don't belong here, that you're not good enough, that you don't fit the criteria of what the world is looking for. Let me tell you something clearly. The world doesn't reward people who fit in. The world remembers people who stand out. I didn't want to be like everybody else. I wanted to be the best at everything I did. And do you realize how difficult that is? Being different is not easy. Being different is uncomfortable. Being different means you will be misunderstood, doubted, criticized, and sometimes isolated. But that's the price. Winning requires discipline, not motivation, not hype, discipline. Discipline to wake up when you don't feel like it. Discipline to work when no one is watching. Discipline to keep going when the results aren't showing yet. You don't become great by accident. You become great by commitment. Commitment to making things happen instead of talking about them. Commitment to your standards even when it costs you comfort. Commitment to your future when your present feels heavy. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have a purpose to walk into. You have dots to connect that only you can connect. And here's the part most people miss. Your destiny does not respond to excuses. It responds to action. I wanted to be remembered forever, and I realized something important. If you want to be remembered like that, you have to act like it long before anyone notices you. You can't talk about greatness and live casually. You can't dream big and move small. You can't want extraordinary results while putting in ordinary effort. Stop just talking about what you want to happen. Talk is cheap. Everybody talks. Be an action taker, and understand this. You don't have to be jealous of anyone. Jealousy is what happens when you forget your own potential. The moment you focus on someone else's lane, you abandon yours. We all want to do something. We all want to be somebody. We all want to go somewhere, but you cannot do the same things everyone else is doing and expect different results. You cannot live a copy-paste life and expect a legendary ending. If you want to be the best, your routine has to look different. Your priorities have to look different. Your discipline has to look different. Success only comes to those who are disciplined enough to keep showing up, especially when they don't feel like it. Because the truth is, most people quit emotionally long before they quit physically. They stop believing, they stop pushing, they stop demanding more from themselves, and then they call it being realistic. No, that's settling. The best of everything comes with a price, and that price is consistency when it hurts. Every success story you admire had a humble beginning. No spotlight, no applause, no validation, just work, just belief, just persistence. And yes, doubt will come, fear will show up, loneliness will test you. That doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It usually means you're on the right one, because greatness is lonely before it's celebrated. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need approval to go all in. You don't need validation to keep pushing. You need discipline. You need courage. You need consistency. Start acting like the person you want to become, not the person your past tried to limit you to. Act like your future depends on your habits, because it does. Act like your legacy is being built in silence, because it is. Act like you were born for more, because you were. Be different. Be disciplined. Be relentless. Because the world doesn't remember those who fit in. It remembers those who had the courage to stand alone, work harder, and become undeniable. And one day, and when people ask how you did it, they'll say you were lucky. But you'll know the truth. You were disciplined. You were different, and you refused to settle.